Are you ready, Ms. Castillo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I apologize for being late.
Agenda conference for March 10, 2014 session. We have Councilmember Spencer and Dr. Wu are absent today. Item number 9.
Item number 9 is the award of a contract for food and beverage concessions lease at the airport.
Item number 10. Oh, yeah, okay.
I just wanted to say I shared with everyone the process that the council has put in their policies for award of bid of concessions, or concession leasing, which does require competitive bidding. My understanding is this is not part of the previous competitive bid. Hence, I know that I have, and I believe others have been in communication with individuals involved in the bid process, and I was under the impression that it was not part of that, or that process had ended in January, and that communications were therefore allowed. And so I just wanted to, before Thursday, make sure the council was aware that we do have a policy that does require competitive bidding for any concession lease at the airport.
Councilman Baird.
Thank you, Madam President. And I also reviewed that particular rule. I think this is a violation of our own policies to even have this on our agenda. This has not gone through the competitive process, and I would like to ask our attorney for the interpretation he gave me via email, which was that the RFP process that had previously been done was closed when we have rejected OHM. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a totally new process, and we're going completely outside of our process. I don't think this is appropriate. This has not been done competitively. I'd like to make a motion that we remove this from the agenda.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any comment from council?
Comment?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Madam President. Now, our policies, they're there for a reason. They're not ordinances, but they are policies that are used to enforce many of the things we do here in the city. And it's very clear here that it states that we have to have a competitive bidding process for this, for a concessions contract at our airport. Because the previous RFP is no longer valid because we rejected the group that was forwarded, we can't just pick up the previous group and say that we're going to award it to them, because we have to go through a competitive process. And if we're going to follow our own policies, we need to do it in this case and not just pull something out of thin air. I thought that the mayor was going to come back to us with another RFP and a possibility of a temporary vending or some type of concessions agreement, but instead it just appears that we're just taking whatever contract we might be able to get here, and I think we are doing disservice to all the entities involved, and even those that previously had applied for the prior RFP. So I think this needs to go back to the RFP process. I think we need to reject this because it's not in the proper format and it's a violation of our policies.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Myers.
Yes, and I agree with Councilman Baer. And, you know, even though this is a policy, it's not an ordinance or a resolution, the public has the right to expect the council to follow its own procedures. And I feel that this is going outside of the procedures that council has established. So I don't feel that it's proper to have this item on the agenda in this manner.
Ms. Castillo?
We have, as you know, the airport is an extremely vital enterprise that we have. We have a current lessee who is operating the concessions, whose contract also, the extension of his contract was also rejected at the last, at the last time we took action on this item. And we have, and we also have many employees who don't know where they're going to be working after March 31st. And what this lessee or this potential vendor has offered to us is to hire the people who are currently working at the airport to put in a temporary facility that can operate and provide as much the same level of service that is currently being awarded, and then additionally go in with the contract that they have committed to fulfilling, which provides the city, the airport, more than $1 million over a 10-year period for.
But we don't want to get into the debate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Of the merits of those things. Councilman Baer.
Thank you, Madam President. I understand there's been additional information added to this item, but the simple fact is that the requirement is that we have a competitive process for choosing a new concession provider at the airport. And that's the only issue we should be talking about right now, is that issue, not the merits of what OHM or what Mr. Varona can offer, but what is our process, what's our policy. If we need to change our policy and make it non-competitive, that's something we consider in the future. But right now, we are governed by this policy, and so we need to reject this at this point. Thank you.
Okay, since we're voting on this, whether or not it should be pulled, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak?
Yes, Council, and I wish to thank the three of you who've spoken up for the process. As you know, I continue to hammer you folks about the fact that citizens can't expect good government unless there is good process, and to deviate from the stated process is to deviate from good governance. So I would encourage all of you to honor the process that's in place. It is unfortunate if the timeline that the mayor created things on has not worked out, but there still is a process that needs to be honored. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments from council? Okay, I need a vote, show of hands, please. All in favor of pulling item number 9, please raise your hand. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. All in, that's 4. All against, raise your hand. Okay. We have 3. The motion fails. It will be on the agenda on Thursday. Item number 10, Dr. Pratt.
Thank you, Madam President. The recommendation that Council extend the existing food and beverage lease and concession agreement between the City and Varona Enterprises of Florida, Inc. on a month-by-month basis until a new agreement is approved. This follows what is already in that lease that was competitively bid many years ago. It does provide for the month-to-month, and this would be through a resolution that, and then basically it's terminated at whatever point we approve something to replace it. I know that Ms. Castile has raised that we turned down an extension at the previous meeting, but I think that many of us voted against that simply because we weren't sure exactly the details of how we could extend it and such. I believe that this does follow what's in the lease agreement, and so if there are any questions, I'll take them.
Any comments? Yes.
Well, I guess during the time we were discussing it before, I got the understanding that we didn't have the authority, to extend the contract for someone else, that was in the purview of the mayor's office.
Okay, Mr. Metzer.
Council President, Councilman Wingate, I think this is probably the second or third time I've done this, but there's an existing third-party opinion from the law firm of Allen, Norton and Blue that I concur with that says that this council does not have the power to extend that contract. That's the law you should be guided by.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Pratt, do you have any?
And I'll just say that this original contract was done by the governing body, and as the governing body, we can resolve that we would like it to be extended. The mayor has the power to veto any resolution, and so if we try this resolution and he believes that either legally or policy-wise that he does not want it to see this approved, he has every right to not sign it. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments from council? Okay, we are going to